was this man who made movies for a living. Each day at 6:10, he went to work. He'd come home at night around 8:30, give or take an hour. During the time between then and when he would finally fall asleep, he would fill himself up with whatever he needed to continue making movies. He'd listen to music, read, think, go for a walk. When he slept, he would dream that he was back at the studio running around the set cutting actors' throats with a long, sharp razor. Sometimes, just before he would wake up, he would have this dream about 3 shiny black top hats that would tell him jokes and stories that he liked a lot, but he could never remember when he woke up.
Whenever he'd go out to restaurants to eat, he'd scrape
She felt a sudden pull at her ear.
Go out with friends.
Old poems.
Sudden thrust of flight, a flurry of wings, of a bird in a room. It's my imaginary Irish grandmother. My imaginary Irish grandmother enters the room, speaking German. The sudden thrust of flight and a flurry of wings. There's a bird in the room. My imaginary Irish grandmother is taking cookies from the oven and a dead yellow canary, which she puts in her apron pocket. My imaginary Irish grandmother is sipping blackberry brandy. She's getting silly. My imaginary Irish grandmother takes the dead canary out of her pocket and holds it gently in her hand. She explains the mysteries of life to its cold frame. It comes back years later and returns her gift. It says, there is no death. My hand always follows me in the dream.
Yeah, in my dream. In my dream. In my dream. the ocean.
Over my ocean? Over my ocean?
It catches my breath.
In, out, in, out, in, out.
It's all that I can hear.
In one ear and out the other.
And it's asleep on my pillow.
Wake it up. Wake it up.
I've seen that bed of glory, that bed of grace. I've seen that bed, its frame once lavishly gilded, with all sorts of rare and expensive freedoms. It sits now, all covered with dust, at the top of the stairs, in an old white barn that used to be an old white church. Its frame is now coated with countless layers of old paint. I can see that bed in the loft broken light. Mice mate and make themselves at home in the dirty mattress. They come for the grain lying on the floor. again, there was this never-ending, dark, shapeless mass. And from this never-ending, dark, shapeless mass, love was born.
Love was born. Love was born.
And love made itself busy with making others.
Love was born. Love was born. Love was born. Love was born.
And love made itself busy making couples from the others.
Love was born. Love was born. Love was born. Love was born.
Darkness fornicated with night, and the clear sky and daylight were born. Fornicated with night, and the clear sky and daylight were born. The sky fucked the earth, and peopled the world with a host of creatures. And still love busied itself with making other couples.
Love was born. Love was born.
And this became the passing of time.
Love was born. 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 Love was born.
Damn that Rhonda. On New Year's Eve, she brought over her sister, and she said she was a professional stripper. I always thought she was a school teacher. I didn't believe it. I've seen some of those girls, but I never met one in person. So I asked, "Do you really perform sex for money?" And she blushed, but recovered to say, "No, but I pretend like I'm going to, and they pay me for it." So to prove it, she did some of her act for me, with everyone watching and laughing. But I thought she was real good. I felt kind of sexy and warm for the first time in a long time. And damn that Rhonda, she had to ruin it with her gross imitation. She threw me on the floor, started mock humping me like some sort of mad cow. Damn that Rhonda. Because if I could really want someone like that, fervently and honestly, now that would be a way to think through winter.
It was like his suicidal father had recently returned from the dead, wearing bright pink cowboy boots. He moved like a man freezing to death. The father said very little, only for the boy to stay away. The boy noticed that the wood paneling looked different. His father began to climb up a spiral stairway, slowly and with effort. The boy asked, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to see your mother." His father made an attempt to climb another step and failed. "I'm cold," he said. "It's cold here in the basement, and I would very much like to go upstairs." He tried to climb that step again and failed. His father began to teeter on the stairs, and the boy ran to the base of the stairway. His father forbid him to help. "Get out of the way or I will fall on you." His father fell from the stairs, striking the top of his old bald head on the concrete floor. His tiny body lay at the feet of the boy. It continued to breathe, but no longer had a pulse.
I heard the voice of God. I heard the voice of God talking to me. Talking to me. The voice of God talking to me. And it sounded just like a broken speaker. The voice of God talking to me. The voice of God. It said, the voice of God, it said, the sense of touch would be the sense that you would most miss. The voice of God talking to me. And it sounded just like a broken speaker. The voice of God talking to me.
She felt a sudden pull at her ear. Ah, old poetry.
Her life was marked by beads. She couldn't remember the number, only her place. She became so fast with her beads and her prayers that when she died, she didn't even know it.
There's this man who keeps following you. Always he wants to show you pictures you don't want to see. You've seen them before. You know they are real, but still they unsettle you. Your only reward is they are not complete. This leaves you with a decision that just has to be made. There's this man who keeps following you. Always he wants to show you pictures you don't want to see. You've seen them before. You know they are real. But still, they unsettle you. Your only reward is they are not complete. This leaves you with a decision that just has to be made. There's this man who keeps following you. Always he wants to show you pictures you don't want to see. You've seen them before.